Do you think you can become a millionaire? Well, I think you can. So keep watching and find out how. Well, hey, you guys, I am so excited about today's show. We are going to talk all about millionaires. That's right, millionaires. It's a pretty fun topic. So we're going to have my friend Cruze Hogan to come on, and he is a financial expert, and he is now an expert in this space. He has some really fun stuff going on, and I can't wait for you to hear all about it. And we're actually going to bring on a guest as well and talk to her and hear her story about how she is building wealth. So you hear wealth, like I'm saying that word a lot, and you're probably in your mind thinking stereotypically what wealth or what a millionaire looks like. And probably what I think of sometimes, right? You see a millionaire. We'll say Exhibit A. This is Lauren. I'm going to just call her Lauren. I have no idea who she is, but she looks awesome. And you probably have seen a Lauren, maybe on Instagram, or maybe in your life you have a Lauren. And Lauren and her husband do really well. They drive awesome cars. They go snow skiing every summer. They go to the beach twice a year with their family. You know, they're making together like $250,000 a year. They just bought a house that was worth like $2 million. Like, I mean, just she's rich. Like you would look at Lauren and be like, yeah, y'all are doing really well. Like you're rich. Yeah. Then you see Jane. I'm calling her Jane. I saw her picture earlier. I was like, she's a Jane. Super sweet. Like, Jane's great, right? But like, her clothes are pretty average. They drive used cars. They live in a pretty modest home. Her and her husband together, they make $90,000 a year. So pretty well, but nothing like extravagant. What if I were to tell you that actually Jane is richer than Lauren? Because here's the reality, you guys. It's called your net worth. Your net worth is what you own minus what you owe equals your net worth. What we don't know here about Lauren, sweet Lauren, yeah, she's looking good on the outside, terrible on the inside. Everything is on credit cards. They have car loans. They have a mortgage. They actually put nothing down on that brand new home they bought, and you think that they probably paid cash for it. They didn't. They put nothing down because they had nothing. They live paycheck to paycheck. They have no investments. They have no savings. They are stressed out. That is Lauren. Jane, well, get out of here, Lauren. Jane is actually amazing because they have a paid-for house. They just paid off their house. They have no car payments. They save for retirement. So technically, Jane's net worth is more than Lauren's. And you guys, like, this is like not what we think of, is it? Like, again, I keep thinking over and over again, like, we always see a picture of someone and we automatically think, oh, I bet they're really wealthy. But the people that are actually wealthy in America today, you don't even know who they are because they're not on TV and it's not all this glitz and glam. So for you guys, not only do I want you to get a positive net worth, but I want you to start building wealth so that you can change your family and you can change other people's lives, because we say to live like no one else, so later you can live and give like no one else. And I don't want you to miss this point, that debt makes you look a whole lot better than you actually are. And I learned this first in high school. I remember being in high school, and there was a girl I went to church with, and she had a brand new car. Like when we turned 16, it was a nice luxury car, brand new car. And she was the friend that always just like had all her outfits put together. Like I remember we'd go out to the movies and like we all wanted to go to her house to like wear her clothes because she had the best clothes. She had amazing purses. Her house was gorgeous. It's like she had everything all the time. Like she was just that friend I had in high school. And I remember thinking all the time, oh my gosh, she's so rich. Like they have to be so rich. They have to be so rich. Well, one day we were talking and there was a concert coming up. And so there were a group of us at church that wanted to go to this concert. And the tickets were like $100. So not like, it's not a free concert, okay? So like it was $100, so I get it. It's like kind of an expensive ticket for a high schooler, but that's what it was. And so we all talked, okay, yeah, we'll go ask our parents. The next day we were all talking and she said the words, oh, well, my mom said we can't afford it this month. And I was like, what? In my head, I was thinking like, you can't afford it. Like you're driving a brand new car. Like your Gucci bag costs like thousands of dollars. Like And in my head, like, I was like, what do you mean you can't afford it? And I went home and I was telling my parents about it at dinner. I was like, yeah, she can't go because her mom said they couldn't afford it. And my mom said something I'll never forget. She said, Rachel, this may or may not be her case, but remember, debt makes people look a whole lot better than they actually are. So you guys, that's the reality of the world we're living in. Whether it's the Instagram life you're looking at or the fashion blogger or the friends you have, sometimes the appearance that they put on, it's not the reality. Like what's in their bank account is not true. What's in their investments may not be shown because they may not have any because they spend everything they make. So again, building wealth, I'm gonna tell you over and over again, it's going to be boring. It may not be flashy, but in the end, you're actually going to be able to live and give like no one else. So that is why I'm so excited that coming up is Cruze Hogan. And we are gonna talk all about this topic of millionaires and building wealth because he's the expert and he's brilliant. So check it out. All right, the time is here. The man, the myth, the legend, fellow Ramsey personality and financial expert, Cruze Hogan is here. Chris, welcome.
Well, thank you.
So glad you're here.
I have been waiting on my invitation. I keep hearing about the Rachel Cruze show, and I thought maybe my invitation got lost in the mail.
I don't believe it. If I heard that voice, be like, take me on your show, I'd be like, yes, God.
Oh,
yes.
Listen to you, listen to you. But no, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful set, and I'm excited to be here with you.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Well, Chris and I have worked together for many years now, which is awesome. Actually, our desks are right next to each other. So I feel like I know you so well, and I know all the work you've been doing all these years, but the work you're doing right this minute is really exciting, and I'm really pumped for it. And I want everyone out there to know what's going on because not only do you have a new book coming out, but you did this whole research survey all about millionaires. In this whole episode, we're talking about how to build wealth and what does it look like to be a millionaire. And you're the expert now. Like, you know it all.
Well, listen, we really dug in, and this is not just me, this is the team. So we commissioned the largest study that's ever been done on millionaires. Rachel?
Love it.
We studied over 10,000.
Yes. So a lot of millionaires. So this is not like you went and grabbed like 4 people that have no wealth and you're like, what did you do? Like this is like legit.
Yeah, we didn't do a focus group where you find 10 people.
That's right.
No, we did a study. So much so, we commissioned a company, a research firm to help us because we didn't just want to get people that know who Dave is, who Rachel is, and Chris is, right? We wanted to get out there and find out the reality. Everyday people.
Yes.
What is it? And so studied over 10,000 of them. And I have to tell you, the findings of the research, the stats that we have, the stories, and even the myths that we end up busting, it proves that the American dream is still alive and well, Rachel. It's available.
It totally is. I love it. And so that's the thing is there's so many myths around this part of our lives, right? Because like you hear millionaire and you have all these, these thoughts of what a millionaire is. Right. And it's not always true. Most of the time it's not. And so we actually sent our very own George Camel. If you watch the Dave Ramsey show on YouTube, George, he's a great one, isn't he?
He's hilarious.
You just put him in your back pocket. I mean, he's
the
greatest thing ever. Yeah. So George went out on the street to ask everyday people their opinion on millionaires. So here's what they found.
Hey guys, George Camel here. I'm in downtown Nashville to figure out what the average person thinks about what it takes to become a millionaire. Let's do this. What do you think the normal careers are of the average millionaire?
Doctors, lawyers,
singer or movie star.
Business and investing.
Tech industry, I'd assume.
Finance.
TV. How do you think most millionaires got their money?
Partially inheritance.
A good salary per year to invest. You can't become a millionaire unless you have the money to do it.
Inherited it.
I think a lot of it has to be luck.
There's one way to become a millionaire. What percentage of millionaires do you think inherited their money or got some kind of trust fund?
30%.
Okay.
I'd say 80.
50% at least?
70%?
What would you guess is the average income of a millionaire?
Oh, I couldn't even guess. I know Kylie Jenner makes a lot of money.
Kylie Jenner, that's who I think of.
200,000.
300 grand a year.
At least 250,000.
150,000.
Do you think you could become a millionaire in your lifetime?
Probably not.
It would be nice, but that's not gonna happen.
No.
Unfortunately not, no.
Okay, that is like classic though, right? Like those responses, I'm like, that's the stereotypical response of what you think millionaires are all about.
It really is, Rachel. And no matter where you go, you can go across the country, and if you grabbed everyday people off the street and you asked them, those are the kinds of answers you're going to get because that's what people truly believe is reality.
Yes. So one of the myths on there that I would totally believe if I wasn't in my line of work and knew the reality is, people just inherit their wealth. Like, you think of the Kardashians or like Paris Hilton, the Hiltons, right? Like you think of all these like famous families and that's who the millionaires are. But that's not true?
No, it is not the truth. The inheritance is actually a very small percentage. And yes, some of the people you named, you're going to hear about that, and it happens. But for everyday people, there are a very small percentage of people that get any kind of inheritance at all. And even if they do, Rachel, what I found in the study is that even if they did get an inheritance, it was so small, it didn't cause people to become a millionaire. And so it's this mindset.
They're self-made millionaires.
That's self-made. That's the exact term that I use.
Yes.
So I want people to know this, because now what you have to do as an individual is make a decision and begin to work a plan that puts you on that path. It doesn't matter what mom and dad left you, or if grandma and granddad left you something or not. You still have an opportunity.
Yeah, your destiny really is in your hands.
That's right.
And the other thing that would make sense to me, again, if I didn't know the answers of all of this, but is that you need a high-paying salary, right? Because to me, I'm like, oh, it's math. Yeah, you make a lot of money, you invest a lot of money, and you're going to be wealthy. But a lot of these millionaires did not have high-paying jobs necessarily.
No, Rachel, they really didn't. And people believe that you need a high six-figure income. And so if that's the case, people that are making the average income or less than that, then they think it's not possible. And again, in the study, we found out the truth. It doesn't take a high income. What it takes is someone that is committed and focused, and they tell their money what to do.
Okay, the last myth that I've heard people say, and people have told me this, someone said, oh yeah, well, you can only become rich if you just do what rich people do in secret. Like there's all these secret things that millionaires know about, and they do them, but they don't share it with the rest of the world. And someone was having a conversation about that with me, and I remember thinking, what? No, because that's not the truth.
No.
They don't. It's not luck, and it's not all these risky, crazy, secret investments, right?
Yes. Well, people believe that. They think they need to create something, right? Or take some kind of high super risk with a cryptocurrency. As you know, we've heard about those things. And you have to be able to do that in order to become a millionaire. Again, not true. It's a myth.
Yes.
And the problem is, Rachel, with some of these that we've covered, if you tell a myth loud enough, long enough, people start to believe it. So I want people to hear the truth and understand what's available so they can decide for themselves and their legacy.
I love it, because not the risky investments, because we always say, and what we teach, when we teach people to invest into retirement, we say all the time, like, it's boring. Like, it's not exciting stuff, but it's the diligent. When you do it over and over and over and over, that's the cause.
Well, and we tell people to what? Don't invest in anything you don't understand.
Yes.
So you need to be able to explain it to a 10 or 11-year-old. That's the basics, because we don't want them to take too crazy risks. We've worked hard to make this money. Now I want people to make their money work for them.
I love it. Okay, there's some viewer questions, and I usually grab viewer questions from my Facebook group. Sarah asked, if someone can spare $100 a month or whatever amount, and they're just getting started, where should they put the money?
We know baby step number one is to save $1,000, right? Because when you have that money tucked away, now you don't have to use debt, and you don't have to go see a bank, or you don't have to get a credit card, right? So let's say now that she's already got that in place. Now what? Well, I want her to use it to attack debt, right? Baby step number 2. And then baby step 3 is to build up a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Get that in place, and now you're ready to go with what I call the wealth building steps. You want to start to put that money aside to be able to allow that money to grow for your dreams later.
I love it. So good. Okay, and for all of this investing stuff, you guys, go to our Smart Vestor Pro. If you go to rachelcruze.com, look at that, because these are people that can really help you with your money. They have the heart of a teacher, not the heart of a salesman, and they're awesome. Because again, the investing world, like what we're talking about on this episode, it's intimidating.
It is.
And I remember even Winston and I, when we first sat down with our Smart Vestor Pro, when we first got married and combined our money, and he was talking to us, a few times I was like, can you explain that again? Can you explain that again? And even as Dave Ramsey's daughter, there were things that I didn't understand, and I made him keep explaining it until I grasped it. So don't feel stupid.
No.
Ask questions.
I appreciate you bringing that up, because smart investors, they do have the heart of a teacher.
Yes.
That means they want to help you. They're not trying to sell you stuff.
That's right.
So if you have questions, ask them. I promise you, they're not judging you. They're there to help you.
Absolutely. All right, Julia said, how often should I check my investments? Once a year or more often?
Well, I think anytime you're looking at your situation, you want to check investments every time that statement comes in the mail. You should be getting something from your 401k or 403b each and every month. Take a look at it. But Rachel, I want people to hear me. Don't freak out, right? Investing is like riding a roller coaster, right? Do you ride roller coasters?
I love roller coasters.
Do you sit up front?
I went to Disney World recently, Chris Hogan.
Okay, did you sit up front?
I did in Space Mountain.
Did you really?
Legitimately, they put me
Okay.
in the very front.
I'm not sitting up front. I sit in the back. I need some time.
no.
Yeah, I need
No.
some cushion.
No, you
I
gotta
need
get
something.
right up
I
there.
need to
Gotta
be
get
able to
right
relax.
in the game.
But listen, investing is like riding a roller coaster. There are going to be some ups and downs.
Yes.
But here's the deal. When you're riding a roller coaster, as long as you have your seatbelt on, you know everything's going to be okay. So my reality is investing is a lot like that. But when you have a SmartVestor Pro in your corner and you're investing in things that you understand, you can relax,
good.
right? And take a deep breath. So look at it each and every month, but I want you to meet with your investment professional at least quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're married, you and your spouse need to go in for that meeting. So we're talking about it getting on the same page, and any questions that need to be answered get answered in front of both of you.
I love it. Okay, Corey asked, how do I even start? I'm a few months away from completing baby step 3 and don't have a clue where to start or even how much to start with.
Oh, this is fantastic. So this is somebody that has paid off debt, right? So congratulations to you. I'm very proud
Corey,
of you.
good job.
Seriously, it's a big deal.
It is a huge
And people
deal.
need to be encouraged.
Yep.
And I love that you do that on your show.
Yep.
You've done a great job. What I want you to do is take steps now to start to prepare for your future. So that could mean if you're working, you could start to put that money aside in your 401k. If their employer has a match, which means they will match how much you put away up to a certain percentage,
Yep.
right? And if there is no match, then let's put that money in. And then as you start to grow and you gain more income, you have an opportunity to use the 401k, but also don't forget about Roth. Rachel,
Yes, Roth
Roth is my
IRA.
friend.
Me too.
I may name my dog Roth. You know why? Because you're talking about tax-free money, right? You've already paid the taxes on it. This money is going to grow, and the government can't touch it anymore.
That's right. All right, Danielle asked, how should I do retirement investing as a stay-at-home mom? 15% of zero is still zero, smiley face. So is it 15% of my husband's paycheck? Should my husband and I put a higher percentage of our money into his 401k at his job? Is there a better option than a 401k?
Okay, well, first and foremost, your job being at home is a very, very important job. You allow your husband to be able to work and do what he needs to do.
Yep.
So, Rachel, the first thing I'd want her to do is to start to use a better pronoun, we, right? She's saying his and my. No, it's we, together. And so sitting
I
down to
quote you
look
all
at
the
that.
time. I say my friend Chris Hogan says, we need to be more French.
That's exactly
We.
right. Speak
I love
we,
it. It's
not
like-
me.
That's right.
That's right. I'm proud you give me credit.
I do.
figured
I
you'd
do
steal
quote
it.
you. I
I
quote
just
you.
figured you'd steal it.
I'm a
But
giver.
anyway.
I'm a giver, not a taker.
But listen, it's so important to be able to really know that you're working a plan together.
Yes.
And so the 401k and them going to sit down with a SmartVestor Pro, they both need to go, husband and wife.
Yep.
Right? Because this is their money. This is their thing. But here's another thing that can happen. Because they are, he's working and there's income and they're filing taxes together, they could also sign up for a spousal Roth IRA. She could have this account in her name, and that might make her feel better, even though it's all for the family.
Sure.
People want to know what they're doing. But here's another beautiful thing. If she's doing a side job or she's doing anything else, she could also direct that money to a Roth IRA
Yep.
to allow her to save. So the biggest thing for this is if they're saving in a 401k together, this is their money. This is the family
right.
money. So
That's
they
right.
both need to be involved in the meeting with the SmartVestor and any tweaks moving forward.
Okay, and something else I see stay-at-home moms skip is life insurance. Moms out there, even dads, but especially you stay-at-home moms, make sure you have life insurance. I always like to tell stay-at-home moms at least $500,000 on you because if something happens to you, your family has to be taken care of. So make sure to go to Xander.com, check it out. Winston, I use Xander, but again, I see a lot of stay-at-home moms and they're like, oh no, I don't need life insurance. I'm like, no, the work you do at home, like you said, it's so important.
Absolutely.
And your husband has to fund that if something happens to you. So make sure you get it. Do y'all use Xander?
Absolutely. Listen, your job as a stay-at-home parent has value.
Yes.
That's stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads
Amen.
if they're out there. So
That's right.
you definitely want to have that in place because guess what? Life's going to have to go on. You're going to have bills. You're going to have things you're going to need to pay for. Let's make sure you've got some money put aside. Term life insurance with Xander.
Yes.
They'll help you out and they'll walk you through any questions you have.
That's exactly right. Okay, last question. Sarah said, where is the best place to start learning about investing? Any good books to start with? I have a horrible financial background and know nothing about investing. We're in baby step 2 and I am a planner.
Okay.
I want to start doing research now.
Well, I love that you want to learn. And I'd say you could start off with the book, The Total Money Makeover. You know, that is book. That Dave's book, it's the #1 bestseller. And it really starts to break down kind of the principles. And then there's another book out there, Rachel, I've heard about. It's
Oh, Live Your Life, Not Theirs?
No,
What is it?
it's called Retire Inspired. It is a book that helps people chase down
is
their
good.
dreams and go after things they're going for.
It is good though, yes.
It is.
I
But
mean,
no,
Retire Inspired
seriously.
is all about all
Right.
this investing stuff too. so
And
it's a
I
great
have
one.
a show. Chris Hogan show.
Okay, go ahead.
Where people are allowed to call in. I take callers because I love people. And I want them to be able to ask me
I go into
questions.
Facebook communities.
And I want to be able to talk with them. But no, listen, it's an opportunity to grow in knowledge.
That's right.
I think it's really important for us when we don't understand something, we tend to stay to ourselves.
Yes.
And that's dangerous.
It is, yep.
So reach out. And listen, our team has all kinds of resources. Your show, my show is an opportunity out there to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just encourage you, get plugged in, talk to people, have a conversation, and don't ever feel like your question is dumb, because there is no such thing.
That's right.
People need answers, and that's what we do. We help them.
And again, we're honing on this, you guys, but it's so critical, because investing, again, it can be an intimidating topic, just like she asked. And so find someone that does this day in and day out. Those are our SmartVestor pros. Check them out and start on the road to investing so you can become
a millionaire.
Ooh, we didn't even plan that. That's
I
pretty
know.
good.
That's pretty good.
All right, coming up next, we have Elle, and she is here to share her story and to gain a little bit of knowledge from this man on more of how she can invest wisely and become a millionaire. Planning and cooking meals for the family can be stressful. Knowing what I'm going to cook, having all the ingredients, and making something everyone will love is a balancing act. That's why I use Home Chef. They deliver straight to your door, and get this, the ingredients are pre-portioned, so you never end up wasting food and throwing money away. Plus, they offer 18 fresh choices to choose from every week. You'll find easy to make, well-balanced meals that the whole family will love. And it makes me feel like a true chef at home. Home Chef, meals anyone can cook and everyone will love. Visit homechef.com/Rachel today, or use the promo code Rachel at checkout and get $30 off your first order.
I was very stressed out by the number when I graduated college. You know, it was more than what I knew my starting salary was going to be at my first job. So my dad, he's a farmer out in Kansas, and in the summer times, I would help drive combine and tractor, and all you really have to do out in the field is listen to the radio. I was probably around, 13 years old. I would listen to FM radio, and then I'd get really sick of hearing the same songs over and over again. So I learned to switch over to AM and listen to the Dave Ramsey show halfway through the day. Unfortunately, I didn't follow the baby steps when I went to college. I wish I had. So I was very stressed out by the number when I graduated college. I get out my laptop and I go through the exit counseling and I see this total. And it was more than what I knew my starting salary was going to be at my first job. I knew I needed to do something, and I remembered listening to the Dave Ramsey show, and I knew that it had worked for other people, so I just turned towards that. I told everyone, I have this plan, I'm gonna pay them off in, a couple of years, and they're just kind of sure, I'm sure you are, good luck. And yeah, it is possible.
So one of my favorite parts of the show is being able to bring people on who are winning, everyday people who are doing this. And so, Elle, that is why you are here. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you.
So Elle has an amazing story. She just came to Ramsey Solutions to do her debt-free scream on the Dave Ramsey show. So you are completely debt-free.
I am. It feels amazing. It feels
so great. So how much debt did you pay off?
$60,000.
And what did that consist of?
It was all student loans.
All student loans.
Yes.
So no car loans, no credit cards?
Nope.
Sally Mae.
Yes.
You have gone through this journey to get to this point to be debt-free, and you're 28 years old, you guys, in your late 20s. So, tell me about this journey. What caused you to get started on all of this?
Well, really, what got me started is just the fear of seeing how much student loans I had, because I'm kind of ashamed to say, but when I graduated college and they have you do your exit counseling, I didn't really know what that final number was going to be.
Yeah.
And so when I went through that process and saw what my total was, and then I saw what the monthly payment was and all the different payment options, I was just terrified. So I was kind of scared into it. I was just oh my gosh, I have to do something. I'll do anything. And so I knew about the Dave Ramsey plan, and I just decided to go full speed ahead.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So she's a rare bird, right?
You
We like to
really
call
are.
you a unicorn.
You are like a
You
unicorn.
are a unicorn.
Do you remember how much was the total in that exit interview when you were there?
It would have been high 50s, like high 50,000.
And you remember the monthly payment?
Oh my gosh, it was like $500, $600 a month, something like that.
I mean, I can't imagine being in your shoes, right? You're not working yet. And here you see this thing that's going to be following you for many years.
Right.
But you made a decision.
Yes.
Yes. So how did you do it? What did you sacrifice to be able to attack this debt?
Man, I sacrificed a lot. You have to learn to say no to a lot of things. Because, I mean, in college, now looking back, I do feel like I was living way above my means. Yeah. And so when I graduated, usually that's the time when you can start to do everything and, buy a new car and all of this stuff. But
like everyone's getting their first job.
Yes.
They're all going out all the time. And it's like so great. Yep.
Exactly. But I had to really, scale back everything. And so that was really challenging. But I'm so thankful that I did.
Yeah, was it worth it?
Yes, so worth it. To not have to worry about that payment and, you just have your basic living expenses and you can worry about your future rather than worrying about paying for your past.
I like that.
And so
That's so true.
Yes.
I mean, you just freed up a lot of money, right?
Right.
Almost $600 a month you would have been paying.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you said, no, I'm going to sacrifice. So I'm sure friends were buying cars. I'm sure friends were taking trips.
Yes.
How did you stay focused on this?
Well, actually, I got rid of my social media for a while.
I
did.
did. My own
cool.
heart.
Yes.
So smart.
I did. And I mean, it was great because I could just worry about
Freeing.
myself. It's just like what you teach about like contentment and everything. Like that is so important. And that was just so helpful to me. It's just like worry about yourself, worry about what you have. I kind of started to practice more of like a minimalistic lifestyle too. And like that was beneficial. It's just really being intentional with your living really was helpful.
I love it. So this whole episode is about wealth and being a millionaire and all of this stuff. So what you're doing is you're out of debt. You've actually done baby step 3, which is saving 3 to 6 months of expenses. And so now you're on to investing, which is the main way a lot of people build wealth is over time, and you're doing this at 28 years old. So my question to you is like, how do you, like in this moment, like, do you feel good about where you are financially? Do you feel like you're putting enough away?
Yeah.
Are you able to see the future at all?
Yes, I do. I mean, I think I'm in a good spot. But I kind of do feel a little behind because it would have been so nice to just go straight out of college and be able to just start investing right away. I think I've done like your RIQ before.
Good.
And
Are you investing 15% right now?
I am. I am investing 15%, but only in my 401k. But I want to invest in a Roth because I know like just go up to my employer's match and then start investing in a Roth.
Right. You should take our job.
You're on the ball. Seriously. And you know what? A lot of
Doing
people
it.
can feel like they're a little bit behind.
Yeah.
But listen to me. You're 28 years old. You got yourself debt free. You've got an emergency fund. You're ahead of the game. Yeah. And so investing 15% in your 401k is exactly what you should be doing. And now you look at it and you go, maybe, with some extra, I want to do a Roth IRA. That's something you can do as well. So I want you to take comfort in knowing you have worked hard and you've sacrificed. You're on the path to becoming an everyday millionaire.
I know, girl. Like you are it. Like your textbook exactly it. So I don't want to pass too quickly across the $60,000 paid off in debt. Because a lot of you out there, you're in baby step 2, you're working to pay off debt, you're in the middle of sacrificing. So I want you to, what would you tell someone when they're like, okay, I may be 38, right? Let's say that they're 38 and they have $60,000 still left in debt. What would you tell them? Like that they can do it? What's your message to someone like that?
I mean, it's definitely possible. You'd really just have to get intentional with what you're doing and what you're spending. Like people always talk about the budget is the secret. And I mean, it's really not a secret. You just have to have a budget and know where your money's going. And I mean, that's half the battle is just knowing where your money's going.
Do your friends know what you've done?
Yes.
What did they say? What did they say?
They're proud of me, I think. I don't think a lot of them understood why it was so important to me at first, but I think now that I've finally paid everything off, and I think they can see that like, oh, like that's really cool that she did that at such a young age.
Right.
Yes.
So, I think they're proud of me.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. Seriously, like you are the perfect example of what to do because people are in the middle of fighting this battle and they're sacrificing and you're giving them hope. You really are through your story. So thank you so much for coming out. And you are a perfect candidate for the Everyday Millionaire like we talked about. So I'm actually going to be a giver. I'm going to give away one of your books.
I think that's fantastic.
Hey, good. I'm glad. Everyday
Yes,
Millionaire.
yes.
And I'll get them to sign it for you when it actually comes out. We actually get a copy, and it's not pre-order to give to you, Elle.
Oh my
I hope
gosh,
enjoy
thank you
it.
so much.
Very
I'm
proud of you.
excited.
Very proud.
Awesome, thanks.
Guys, let's be real. Being a parent is hard work. Now that I have 2 daughters of my own, it feels like the to-do list never ends. And as every parent knows, your priorities change and you have to make important decisions for your child's future. That's why term life insurance is a must for every parent. It's so easy to get and it's affordable. What you're looking for is 10 to 12 times your annual income to make sure everyone in your family is taken care of. Winston and I use Xander Insurance. They do all the work for you to find the best prices and options. So go to Xander.com to get started on a quote today, because that's who we trust to take care of our family. All right, my favorite part of the show, She Works Hard, Saving Money, special edition with Cruze Hogan. This is so fun.
Do I get to be involved?
Yes, okay, so
all right,
you read the first one.
All right,
Go.
here we go. So Kelly said, I sold my Mustang GT, my baby of 14 years, to buy a used electric hybrid vehicle, mainly because my husband commutes a minimum of 45 to 50 miles a day. Although a lot of tears were shed saying goodbye to the Mustang, it's been a huge blessing with fuel savings. He can make his hour commute all on one charge and typically charges it at work so he can ride home without using a drop of gas. We've saved hundreds of dollars a month not having to pay much for gas. And when he has local travel, we throw his mileage checks toward the mortgage. Doing this, we've been able to up his 401k contributions and max out his HSA.
Amazing.
That's fantastic.
All right, Mary said, I have been riding public transportation for almost 30 years. That helps save on gas, parking fees, insurance, car maintenance, and vehicle replacement costs. And my company subsidized over half of the cost of my bus pass. Amazing. I calculated that it saved us over $100,000 in the past 30 years. And as an added bonus, I was able to read educational books on the bus, like Financial Peace University. Love it.
Well, Crystal said, in a year and a half, we've paid off $65,000 of debt, student loans, credit cards, and even a car. They sold their house and they bought an upgraded home. We've also bought a new used car for the first time, paying in cash for $14,000. 2 years before, I never thought I'd go without a car loan. We now have a 6-month emergency fund and are working on saving for flooring for our new house. We're also working on moving on to baby step number 4 within the next month. I hope to be on baby step 6 by the new year.
Oh, I love it.
It's awesome.
People winning
It's
all
possible.
over the place.
Yes.
So great. Well, Hogan, thanks for being on
Well,
this
thank you
episode.
for having me.
I so appreciate it. So make sure that you check out Chris Hogan's book. It's on pre-order. And when you pre-order, you guys, you get audiobook, ebook.
You get 2 videos, one from me, one from Dave.
Yes.
Yes, you get
all
some
free,
stuff.
you guys, with the pre-order of Everyday Millionaire. So make sure to do that. And thanks to Elle for coming out and sharing her story. And as always, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.